All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Debbie Broad Giles. I'm from the National Renewable Energy Laboratory and the American Made Challenges team. And I just wanted to say hello and welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining us for this American Made Solar Prize Round 4 Go Demo Day webinar. We are so excited to have you all here today, and we are thrilled to be joined by our guest speakers. Dr. Becca Jones-Albertus will be joining us. She's the director of the Solar Energy Technologies Office at the U.S. Department of Energy. And we also have Alejandro Moreno from the Department of Energy as well. He's the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Renewable Energy at DOE. But before we dive into our exciting announcement, I'd like to give you a quick introduction to the Solar Prize and an overview of what Round 4 finalists have accomplished so far. The American Made Solar Prize was developed to really help energize and the American ingenuity and empower innovators to create groundbreaking solutions to help advance the solar industry. With this special prize structure, innovators are turning ideas into reality in just months instead of years. It takes them on a journey through several phases of our competition, and it gives them access to a group of support organizations across the country that we like to call the American Made Network. And we want to thank all of our wonderful network supporters who have supported our team so far. The Solar Prize itself is a multi-million-dollar prize competition designed to inspire and reward innovators to bring their solar ideas to market and fuel the clean energy revolution. At each phase of the competition, participants progressively win larger prizes for making progress on their technologies. In December of 2020, we had 20 teams who were announced as semifinalists in the 4th round of the Solar Prize. And now here we are at the end of this competition. We're down to 9 finalist teams who competed for $500,000 in cash prizes and $75,000 in technical support vouchers. Those vouchers will help them continue moving their technologies even closer to market. So today we're going to conclude the prize competition with this announcement, and we're going to find out which 2 teams are the final winners for the Solar Prize Round 4. But before we do that, I'd like to share a brief video with you that shows you the finalist technologies and really gives you a glimpse at what they've been up to and what exactly the future of solar looks like. So we will play the video now. Thanks. Awesome. Thank you for that video. Jackie on our team helped put that together, and I just love seeing our teams and all of their wonderful technologies. So thanks for all the hard work that you have done to all the teams to get to Demo Day. So now I'd like to introduce our first guest speaker, Dr. Becca Jones-Albertus, the Director of DOE's Solar Energy Technologies Office. Becca has played a huge role in supporting the Solar Prize program, and she also serves as an expert reviewer. She's also a huge advocate for solar innovators everywhere. So thank you so much, Becca, for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Debbie, and welcome everyone. The Department of Energy is truly excited to support and accelerate innovative solar products like the ones our Round 4 teams have developed. Their technology innovations are so important in our work to accelerate solar deployment and help make solar energy more affordable, reliable, accessible, and secure. We support innovations through prize competitions like the Solar Prize, not just because these competitions are fun, but because they really help inspire new ideas from people who are thinking outside of the box. As we work to achieve our climate goals to decarbonizing our grid by 2035, speed is of the essence. Expanding the possibilities in energy innovation is essential in decarbonizing our energy sector in this very aggressive timeline. Climate change has made this all the more critical, and we have no time to waste. The accelerated timeline that we accomplish through our prize competitions and the industry connections this program fosters for our competitors help disrupt the traditional way of thinking and force all of us to dream up new ways of getting clean energy solutions to the market faster. Funding through the Solar Prize helps us work to make things faster. As of today, the Solar Prize has funded 80 teams with $12 million in cash prizes, $3.6 million in technical support vouchers for teams to work with our national laboratories, test facilities, maker spaces, and others through the American Made Network, which is a group of over 140 organizations who are dedicated to supporting prize competitors and giving them the resources they need to accelerate their progress. Our Solar Prize Round 4 finalists started their journey a year ago, and today we're going to find out which two teams won the grand prize, which is $500,000 in cash for their innovative solar technologies. But before we get to announcing the winners, we'll keep you in suspense a little longer and want to remind everyone that round 5 of the Solar Prize is open, and we're accepting submissions for a little more than 2 weeks more until October 5th. Round 5 is new in that it includes 2 tracks, a hardware track and a software track. As in previous rounds, the hardware track is soliciting innovative solar products that can be manufactured in the United States. But the software track, which is new, is for innovations that help address the non-hardware costs of solar, things like customer acquisition, financing, grid integration, as well as things that support new business models. And since we've expanded the program, we're also increasing the total amount of funding that's available through round 5. We're turning our $3 million prize pool into a $5 million prize pool. Round 5 is also especially exciting because it provides competitors with opportunities and incentives to directly address energy justice. Providing equitable access to the benefits of clean energy, ensuring that access is available to all Americans, is a priority for the Department of Energy. We're working as part of the Justice 40 initiative in various ways to ensure equitable distribution of the benefits of the clean energy transition, be those economic benefits like jobs, financial savings, opportunities to grow small businesses, as well as cleaner air, water, and better energy resilience. So one of the ways that we're doing this through the Solar Prize is through the JEDI contest. That's part of the software track. JEDI stands for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. It's not just a Star Wars term. So our JEDI contest runs in parallel with the rest of the competition, and it offers teams the chance to win up to $190,000 in additional cash prizes. The JEDI contest rewards innovators of software solutions that enable underserved communities to overcome systemic barriers and share in the societal benefits of solar deployment. We're really, really excited to see all the great ideas that come out of this JEDI contest. So I want to encourage all of you who are listening today, including our semifinalists and finalists, to think about competing in round 5 and help spread the word to your networks so that we have a healthy and really exciting competition with some great ideas to come forward. Again, the deadline is October 5th. You can see the web link below, and we really look forward to seeing your ideas for hardware and software innovations. Beyond our prize competitions, there's 2 other avenues you can explore with us, our Small Business Innovation Research Program and Technology Commercialization Fund. In addition, there's our 3rd avenue, which is our Funding Opportunity Announcements, or FOAs. You can find out about all 3 of these and be the first to hear when they're released by signing up for the Solar Office's newsletter. And that's the best way to stay in touch with all the other opportunities that may be relevant to you. And I think we'll put that link in the chat. So getting back to round 4 and why we're here today. Congratulations to our 10 finalist teams. You've all done an incredible job throughout this year, and I really enjoyed the opportunity to talk with each of you yesterday as part of Demo Day. And so now I'd like to welcome our Deputy Assistant Secretary, Alejandro Moreno of DOE's Office of Energy Efficiency and Renewable Energy, who's going to announce our round 4 grand prize winners of the Solar Prize.
Thanks, Becca. Hello to everybody, and particular thanks to the competitors. I'm going to put everybody through a little bit more suspense before we announce the winners and talk a little bit about why this work is so important and why what you've done is so important. Many of you are probably familiar with the president's clean energy goals, which include getting to a 100% clean energy economy by 2050 and a fully decarbonized power sector by 2035. And at DOE, of course, the work that we do and the work that we help all of you do is essential. It's one of the key elements in reaching both of those goals. We've been doing this type of work for decades, investing in innovative renewable energy and energy efficiency technologies through the SOLARS program and other programs like it. But now we need to focus just as much on getting technologies in the ground, really realizing the returns on the investments that we've made over the last 20, 30, 40 years, and also ensuring that as we do that, we create good paying jobs, and that the transition to a clean energy economy truly does benefit all Americans, both in the production of clean energy and the manufacturing of technologies, and also in the way it's in the patterns of consumption and the benefits that provides. Of course, decarbonizing the electricity sector, as we said, is one of the top priorities within the transition to a clean energy economy. And in many ways, it is the keystone upon which the full decarbonization of the energy sector depends. Most of the decarbonization of transportation depends on the electrification of transportation. Most or a significant portion of the decarbonization of industrial processes, for example, also depends on their electrification. Their electrification only helps decarbonize them if the electricity sector itself is decarbonized, and that is where we come in. And so recognizing again that the R&D that we've done, that many of you have started to do and continue to do, is going to be a critical component to getting there, but also realizing that it's not just improving each technology in a silo, but really focusing on the way different technologies integrate within the power system as a whole, and understanding what it takes to successfully deploy the amount of technologies to utilize the amount of new technology that it's going to take. And right now, solar provides I'm sure you all know this, it provides about 3% of electricity in the US, about 83 gigawatts of installed capacity, about enough to power 18 million homes. That's a lot of growth from the 2.5 gigawatts we had in 2010, but it's not nearly enough. Just last week, the department released the Solar Futures study, one of a few studies we'll be releasing over the coming months, looking at different scenarios for getting to a fully decarbonized power sector and the role that solar will play. This one was particularly focused on solar. And the reality is we need to deploy solar at 3 to 4 times the current rate to meet the 2035 decarbonization goal, if not more. Solar will need to grow an average of 30 gigawatts each year between now and 2025, and then ramp up to 60 gigawatts a year between 25 and 2030. And if we do that, we have the potential to take solar from 3% today to 40% of generation by 2035 and up to 45% by 2050. By 2050, this would translate to about 1,600 gigawatts of solar capacity. This is not going to happen on its own. And of course, we need better, higher performing, more cost-effective technologies. But we also need to ensure that people are excited about the infrastructure transformation that this entails. And early modeling, that we've seen, even beyond just the power sector, says that decarbonizing the entire U.S. energy system could result in as much as 3,200 gigawatts of solar once you take into consideration the electrification of buildings, transportation, and the industrial energy sectors. Certainly, we think that the fact that the costs of solar have really continued to decrease over the last decade will make this easier. We say thanks in part to DOE investments and in even greater part to the type of work that you and colleagues of yours around the solar industry have done. The cost of utility scale solar plant has fallen over 80% since 2010. And now we have a new, even more ambitious goal by 2030 of cutting the cost of solar to 2 cents a kilowatt hour. This would make utility scale solar the least expensive option for new electricity generation. And that's critical because that will also make it a cost competitive option for generation everywhere, not just where the resources are the best. And with technology advances like that, it's possible that you could get to a 95% decarbonized grid with no impact on electricity prices. And that is the other key element, that if we must decarbonize the power sector in a way that continues to ensure that electricity is affordable. New technologies in addition, like solar and storage, microgrids, hybrid plants, advanced inverters, these will also be critical complementary technologies to help ensure that solar power and power from variable renewables in general is more reliable and resilient. The grid itself, it contributes to a more reliable and resilient grid. And ensuring that we make those investments now, recognizing that investments in the grid have a long lifetime. And anything we put in the grid now will be in service for decades. And we have many different programs working towards this end. The American-made Solar Prize is one of them. And so it's genuinely my pleasure here to close out this fourth round. I know all of the teams have been working on innovations to help achieve all of the different types of goals that I've talked about. This is one of the flagship prize sort of innovative funding mechanisms that we have here in EERE. And in a way, back where the prize work that we've really built out in the last, say, 5-6 years began. And so today we have 24 competitions across the entire department, 24 different prizes, well beyond just the solar office, including the water power office, our geothermal office, our vehicles, buildings, advanced manufacturing, technology transfer offices. So if what you really like are prizes, and you're more flexible on which technologies to work on, you have lots of opportunities across DOE to compete in prizes like this. And across these 24 competitions, we've awarded over $100 million in cash and incentives to fund clean energy innovations. And one last moment of suspense before we get to the winners. This prize wouldn't be what it is without the American-made network, which again, I imagine I'm preaching to the choir on. But this is a group of over 140 technology incubators and accelerators, venture capital firms, angel investors, and industry experts that support all of you, all of our competitors. And with the support from the private organizations in this network, entrepreneurs like you can leverage industry experience, can access capital, and use local capabilities to accelerate the development and commercialization of your ideas and your product. And this network also empowers really the private sector to accelerate the transfer of the research discoveries that we make in the lab, in our labs, in your labs, and get them into the marketplace as quickly as possible, and really help drive the transition of federally funded technologies from the discovery phase all the way to practical use. We've made more than 600 connections across the prize competitions, all of which are really driving technology commercialization and the end use, which is why we're here. So the networks and the teams are all part of this mission, and we need all of you to keep working no matter who wins today. So without further ado, no more suspense. I will now announce the 2 grand prize winning teams of the American-made Solar Prize Round 4. Each team will receive $500,000 in cash and $75,000 in vouchers redeemable at the national labs and other partner facilities in the American-made network. So the first winner is AeroShield Materials from Boston, Massachusetts. This team's developing a flat plate solar thermal energy collector system that operates at more than 120 degrees Celsius with efficiencies greater than 45%. This performance is made possible by transparent aerogel insulation. And aerogel is like a kind of glass if glass were 99% air. It lets light pass through, but it doesn't let heat escape. And it also allows for a simpler receiver design and lowers cost. Congratulations to AeroShield Materials. And the second winner is the R&D Lab from Petaluma, California. This team is designing a metal residential roofing product to make solar roofs more aesthetically pleasing. It'll match the color of the roof to the solar panels, increase the speed of installation, and match the lifespans of both the solar and the roof components. The innovation has the potential to encourage more homeowners to go solar, which is what we all want. And congratulations then to the R&D lab. Congratulations as well to all of the participants and everybody who has put their countless hours, a huge amount of brain power, time into this. It's really all of you that make this work, and really that we're counting on to drive the future of the industry. So thank you very much. And thank you for being here today. And Debbie, I'll hand the mic back over to you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for being here today with us, Alejandro. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the energy that you brought to our presentation today too. And thank you for helping to support these prizes because they are very, very exciting. And huge congratulations to AeroShield and R&D Lab. Congratulations, you worked so hard to get to this point, and yeah, we're just all proud of you. To be honest though, we're proud of all of the teams. So thank you for competing and keep those innovations coming. We are eager to see your continued progress as you move your technologies to market. If you weren't selected today as a winner, we highly encourage you to keep innovating and keep looking for future opportunities to participate in American-made challenges, including round 5 of the Solar Prize, which is still open until October 5th. And also there's many other DOE programs that are geared to advancing small businesses. So keep your eye open on all of those opportunities. In addition to round 5, the American Made program has a lot of other exciting opportunities on the horizon. And just the other day, we unveiled a brand new video that showcases how the American Made challenges are leading the clean energy revolution. I literally am thrilled to share this video with you. It also, by the way, is on our AmericanMade challenges.org website. So please share it with your friends, get excited about it, and watch our video and share it as broadly as you would like. Because really the video is really encouraging you all to be revolutionary. So without further ado, I'd like to debut our newest video.
This is a revolution. And so is this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, you get it. We've always been a country of revolutionaries. At American Made, we're building an innovation engine to supercharge a revolution of bold ideas. We're building a team of the nation's most passionate innovators, creators, challengers. You, her, him, they, them, us. We need people who think inside the box, outside the box, deconstruct the box, or simply realize there is no box. American Made is a network that fosters ideas, brings people from all backgrounds together, creates space for change, and opportunities where everyone can thrive. We need millions of impact makers like you. We empower change makers. We empower you to lead the clean energy revolution through training, connections, teaming, mentoring, and prize challenges. You can start a revolution. This is your defining moment. This is your fast track to the clean energy economy. Bring your voice, your ideas, your background, your roots, your revolution. Build with us. Be revolutionary.
All right, thank you. I just hope you all feel as inspired as I do every time I watch that video. We're really excited about it. Like I said, it is on the main page of our AmericanMadeChallenges.org website, and feel free to share it. You know, round 5 is still out there, so share it with your friends who you think could be big innovators for our Solar Prize round 5. But before we wrap things up, I just have a quick acknowledgements to make. Thank you once again to the U.S. Department of Energy for funding this program, being such huge supporters of the prize. We could not do this without you. Especially thank you to Dr. Becca Jones-Albertus and Alejandro Moreno for joining us today for this big announcement. Also, thank you again to our connectors and our power connectors who are in the American Made Network. We also cannot do it without you. You are the backbone and the support to all of our teams, so thank you for everything you do. And then I want to thank our panel of expert reviewers. Joining Dr. Becca Jones-Albertus was also Nathan Arbitman, Kavita Ravi and Claudia Wentworth. Thank you so much for your expertise and help selecting our round 4 winners. And then finally, thank you to all of you, all of the entrepreneurs, engineers, solar enthusiasts, and innovators who participated in the Solar Prize. We all know that the past year and a half has been very, very challenging, and especially for entrepreneurs and startups. So that's why the progress that you have made throughout this competition, whether you won or you didn't at the end here, it's so impressive that you have made it this far. So please keep innovating. During this time when many businesses shut down, you guys persevered and you came up with these wonderful solutions and you worked through your technologies. So you're not just innovators, but you're also problem solvers, creative thinkers, go-getters, and you're all amazing entrepreneurs. So thank you so much for your tenacity. I'm so proud of the progress that each of you has made, and I can't wait to see what you do to define the future of solar. So thank you so much. That wraps up round 4, Go Demo Day. Thank you to everybody for joining us.